Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is NUR ATIQAH Binti Yunus. My number matrix is 09DMB19F1041. Today I'm going to present about child sexual abuse. We have 4 agenda for today's. The first one is introduction. I will explain about what is sexual child abuse, and the second one is article about child sexual abuse, and the third one is graph and data, the data given. And last one is conclusion. Child sexual abuse is defined as sexual activity with a child by an adult, adolescent, or any older child. If any adult engage in sexual activity with a child, that is called sexual abuse. The abuser will manipulate the children and say that the activity that they are doing are normal and enjoyable. A child cannot refuse the abuser because the adult will make a threat. Child sexual abuse is a significant but preventable adverse childhood experience and public health problem. Child sexual abuse involvement of a child, which is a person that less than 18 years old in sexual activity that violate the laws or social taboos of society, and that he or she does not fully comprehend, does not consent to, or is unable to give informed consent to, or is not developmentally prepared for and cannot give consent to. I have choose one article about child sexual abuse. The title is "The Government Staggering to Child Justice." Since 2017, 3,738 new cases of child sexual offences were recorded, including 978 cases in 2019, while 1,131 cases have been prosecuted with a conviction. The first struggling is budget constraint and insufficient training are among the reasons why the law is struggling to take a witness statement from the children or the victims who are alleged victims of sexual offences. CIC is an organization that protects a child abuse from a sexual. CIC were established in each state following the formulation of the Evidence of a Child Witness Act in 2007. The centre was supposed to have facility where the police could record video statements from the children or the victim to be used in a court, but it's not well maintained, which have led the statement to faulty audiovisual recording equipment. Also, most of the interview from CIC is not trained well. The investigation is lacking in facilities such as video link room, dividing screen, anatomical dolls, and so on. It was also lack of facility to aid children witness who were deaf, mute, disabled infants, and so on. And the other challenging that the government has to face is the family members does not cooperate with the police, especially if the cases is involved with their relative. The family pressure could cause the child victims to withdraw their cases. The articles I get was from Malaysia Kini. This is the data that I collect from Malaysia Kini article. The title is about sexual crimes against children from 2017 until 2019 in Malaysia. They have 14 states in Malaysia, which is Johor, Kedah, Kelantan, Melaka, Negeri Sembilan, Pahang, Penang, Perak, Perlis, Selangor, Terengganu, Sabah, Sarawak, and Putrajaya. They have 2 data about registered cases, and the second one is about convictions. What is conviction? Conviction is someone that been found guilty of a crime that they have done. An example of conviction is a person being found guilty of driving while intoxicated, while case register is mean the written record of communication with interaction by the agency in the case. This is including the audiovisual record. From the data that I have collected, I have made two graphs. The first graph is bar graph of the registered cases of sexual crimes against children. This is the graph I have done. On horizontal axis is 40 state of Malaysia, Johor, Kedah, Kelantan, Melaka, Negeri Sembilan, Pahang, Penang, Perak, Perlis, Selangor, Terengganu, Sabah, Sarawak and Putrajaya. While on vertical axis is a number of cases that have been registered. The three color on the bar is present of the years. The blue one is represent 2017. The orange is present 2018, and lastly, grey is represent 2019. Now I will read the analysis from the data. Selangor dramatically rise from year 2017 to 2018. The case from 40 cases rise to 786 cases. Selangor is the highest among of the state of Malaysia in registered cases of sexual crimes. In the second place, Putrajaya is slightly lower than Selangor with 680 cases. Sarawak and Johor were significantly lower than Putrajaya with 260 cases in Johor, while 338 cases was registered in Sarawak. Sabah and Pahang fractionally lower than Sarawak and Johor with 245 for Sabah and 244 in Pahang. For other states of Malaysia such as Kedah, Kelantan, Melaka, Negeri Sembilan, Penang, Perak, Perlis, Terengganu, it was dramatically lower than the registered cases in Selangor, with the number of the cases was below 200. Next, we will move on to another graph. The second graph is a line graph of the conviction of sexual crimes against children. I have chosen 5 states in Malaysia randomly, Negeri Sembilan, Selangor and Kelantan. On horizontal axis is a years, while on vertical axis is present of number of the cases. For the lighter color, present Johor, and the second lighter is Pahang, and the third is Negeri Sembilan, while the second darkest is Selangor, and the darkest one is Kelantan. Now I will make an analysis from the graph. Johor number of cases was increased from 2017 to 2018 and remains stabilized until 2019. Pahang, Selangor and Kelantan share the same movement on the graph. The number of the cases was mounted up. It was rise from 2017 to 2018 and collapsed significantly until 2019, while Selangor is hardly collapsed. And lastly, Negeri Sembilan decreased constantly and slightly from 2017 until 2019. Conclusion that I have made: adults must take the steps needed to prevent child sexual abuse. Adults are responsible for ensuring that children have a safe, stable, nurturing relationship and environment. Rather than endangering children, adults should be responsible for their safe environment to grow, not the place that make a trauma to them. Then must learn how to repress sexual harassment because they are lacking in a knowledge of this kind of scenario. Everyone should take sexual harassment seriously since it was affect a wide range of area of the age, from children until adults. The resources for child sexual abuse have mostly focused on treatment for victims and criminal justice oriented approach for perpetrators. More resources are needed to develop, evaluate, and implement evidence-based child sexual abuse primary prevention strategies to ensure that all children have a safe, stable, nurturing relationships and environment. So that's all of my presentation for today. Thank you and have a nice day. Thank